My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Hello again. Here we go. Got to put it in gear, though. Okay. Now I'm in gear. Now we're rolling. I just wanted to say happy Halloween. This is the Halloween episode. Just got offloaded. It's been a great day so far. Woke up exactly on time, fully awake, out of a deep sleep. Just woke up and I was ready to go, perfectly on time, with a little assistance from an alarm clock. But I was able to get up and get going. When I got to the hotel last night, I took a nap. It was wonderful. It was glorious. Took a nap. Got there at like 4. And I basically got in there and fell asleep until about 8. Took a little 4-hour nap. It was awesome. And then woke up and watched. What did I watch? I don't even know what I watched. I watched some movie, and then I fell asleep again. I'm surprised I was able to go back to sleep. That's why I'm scared of this fucking sleep study, dude. I'm like, fuck, man. All right, listen. I can get 8 hours of sleep in a day, but can it be broken up? Can it be broken? Nope. Can't be broken up. Like, what the fuck? So anyways, woke up on time, got downstairs, no breakfast. I mean, it's just that's how it goes these days. They got the warmers turned on, so I go over there and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, they got the warmers on. There ain't nothing in there but some steamy water. The hell, I ain't gonna eat steamy water for breakfast. What the heck is going on? The lady at front desk, I apologize for the no breakfast. Like, yeah, I expect it from this point on. She's like, yeah, we apologize. How many points is breakfast worth? Can you go ahead and add some points to my Platinum Elite deal? Okay, because I'm like fucking royalty walking around here. Anybody else in here Platinum Elite? I don't think so. Oh, you're Gold Elite? Yeah, that's beginner shit right there. I'm Platinum for 1 full year. Well, actually, more than that, I think. I don't know. It's from the first time I started the account, which was in like some December or something. And now, yeah, old dude, it's fucking awesome. I get all these good old points, and you could use them to make a hotel stay for free. I'm going to do an ad for my favorite hotel right now. Welcome to the Holiday Inn Express. Would you like a cookie? We have cookies. Would you like a snack? We got them. You thirsty? We got it. Cookies are complimentary. The other shit you got to pay for. Unless you're Platinum Elite, download the IHG app and start collecting them points. You'll over the course of about a year, you could accrue enough points that you can stay over at Colorado Springs for 3 days. No money needed. Just on points. You will have to pay the deposit with the card in case you steal the TV or come on the curtains too many times and leaves a big old stain. We got to replace those. Take the soaps. Not the ones that are bolted to the wall. That's the other thing about this place. Come on over, take a shower. We got these bottles hanging on the wall. Nobody's able to take the cap off and come inside of them. Nobody's putting cum in these bottles of shampoo and conditioner and body wash. Cum free. But the little bar of soap over there next to the little lotion thing, yeah, use that to jerk off and then wash your hands afterwards. We got it. We got you fucking covered. Here's a little trick for you if you're staying in this hotel and you realize after you stay there the first couple times, you're like, that air conditioning, I love the air conditioning, but it's blowing. directly onto me, and it's cold as fuck. It's like I like it to cool the room down, but I don't want it to blow on me. That second bed in your room, you probably got a room with 2 beds. You grab the stack of 4 pillows and you set it on that second bed in front of the air conditioner. It'll still cool the room, but it will not blow directly on you. There's some hotel rooms that only got the 1 bed, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do then? Hey, great question. You grab that fucking chair they got over there, the little lazy boy thing or whatever, and you scoot it over in front of that fucking air conditioner. The air conditioner will blow right on there, and that's a good spot to drape your pants and your socks over. Drape your socks and pants over that. The air conditioner will clean them. It actually will clean your pants for you. The interior of your pants, it'll clean it all that stuff out. And they'll be fresh for the next day. Kind of like I had to do last night because I didn't bring extra socks. I brought extra underwear. I couldn't find a matching set of socks. I'm weird. Feel real weird if I wear 2 socks that aren't matching. So I just grabbed, like, it'll be fine. So I grab 1 pair of socks and take the fuck off. So download that IHG app because now you're Platinum Elite, buddy. I thought Platinum Elite got 1 complimentary gift upon check-in. Turns out it's 2. I got me a drink and a candy bar. Dude, heck yeah, dude. It only took like 50 stays to get there. 50 stays within a year, something like that. I don't know. So I stay at the hotel quite often, but you know, not as often as some other people would. They might be Diamond Elite by now. I don't know. Pearl Elite. Fucking Nuclear Elite. I think when you get to that point, the government calls you up and it's like, you can start coming to the meetings. Come on over. We're going to talk about one world government stuff. That's what they do. So I only got like another 40, 50 stays before I start getting invited up to the underground layer underneath the Pentagon over there. And we get to talk about all this cool shit. So yeah, stay at the Holiday Inn or any of the Holiday Inn choice hotels. They're all on the app. You just search them up. I like the Holiday Inn Express myself. There is a Candlewood Suites on there. Go ahead if you want to, but do you really want to? No. You don't want to be at the Candlewood. You know what the Candlewood people do? They ain't got no breakfast for you. They got a kitchen in there for you, though. Supplied with plates and forks and cups and knives and spoons and all kinds of stuff in there. And they're real, too. They're not plastic. They're fucking metal. Non-ferrous. Maybe they're ferrous. I don't fucking know what that even means. But that's a couple types of metals they got in there. So go ahead and stay at the Candlewood. You can stop by the grocery store before you get there, though. Okay? I'd like to thank our sponsor, Holiday Inn Express Suites, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to it. Wicka wicka. Hey, I'm back. Enjoy the sponsor. Yeah, woke up this morning. Had there's no fucking breakfast at the Holiday Inn. I know I just did a really cool ad for them. And don't expect breakfast, okay? But sometimes they do have it. And when they have the little sausages, oh, they're fucking delicious. No, I have a 5 hour, or not a 5 hour, it's a Black Rifle coffee can. It's 3 espresso, 300 mg. I don't know what that means, but I like it. It tastes real yummy. Get you going in the morning. It's better than whatever other coffee you could have, probably. So I drink that in the morning and I drive out. It's so dark out and it's a little frosty. Just a little frosty everywhere down here in Oklahoma. If you missed the last episode, I was supposed to be offloaded and headed home yesterday. That did not happen. I blew a tire So I stayed at a hotel last night. Got there early as fuck. Wish I brought my laptop so I could have played some video games or something, but I took a nice long nap, so that was worth it. And woke up today, got to the place right at 7 o'clock. By 7:01, I was on the phone with the lady at the scale house trying to get checked in with my paperwork. Go ahead and put me in line, coach. That's what I told her. And she got me in line. It did take up until just a little bit ago to get me fucking offloaded. Okay, so it's almost 11. So 7 to 11, pretty fucking good. Not bad. Not the best. The best is about half an hour. You sit for half an hour, you get one YouTube video in, and then they're calling you to go offload, and then you're turning around, you're heading home. I'm headed home around 11, so it's a little later than I'd like. But I was able to listen to some other podcasts and do some other things in that time. And yeah, watched some Matt and Shane Secret Podcast, MSSP. That's a good one. I like that. Watched some Kill Tony. Watched some other stuff. You know, I like the comedy scene with all these podcasts, and they're really good. I like all these guys. They're pretty fucking funny. And then I get pulled in. They say, "Hey, come on in." So I go in there. And I pull up right next to the big old inspection area. It's got like a staircase so they can look on top of these other trucks and trailers and stuff. Not mine. They don't need to look up mine. I think they got to get samples and stuff from some of these tipper trailers they got coming in there. Walk in there and give them the paperwork. Holy Mother Mary of Josephina. They're all dressed up in there for Halloween. I gave my paperwork to a nun. There was also a pink polka dot cow. She wasn't the size of a cow. She's pretty skinny, but she was wearing a cow. And then the other girl, she always wears a low cut shirt. I don't know if that was for Halloween or what, but she always just wears a nice low cut shirt on her tan titties, looking at down into the cleavage. I don't know. That's what she wears. I'm not, I'm just spitting the facts out here. But it's a nice little sight. You go in there and give them the paperwork. Like, hey there, lady. From where I'm standing, I can see right down your shirt. She's like, I know. Like, cool. Here's the paperwork. I gotta go. You get out there and then you pull up onto the scale. And everything was fine. Got over there. I'm trying to offload the fucking truck, right? So you back into the pit and you vent the truck because I haul it with a vacuum pressure on it just in case. You never know if they're spring a little leak here or there or something. You never know. But you'd rather be have a little vacuum on it while you're driving down the highway. Vent it and open up the back valve. It ain't nothing coming out. So I was supposed to offload yesterday, but that didn't happen. So, and it was cold. And this stuff is real susceptible to coldness. So it doesn't do well in the cold. Doesn't do well in the heat either. In the heat, it's mainly okay. But when it's cold, it doesn't exactly freeze, or it does have a freeze. I don't know. The freezing temp is different than water. So it'll crystallize and freeze up way easier than water. And that's what it done did. So the little back gate valve would open, but nothing would come out. It's all just a big old chunk. So we had to get the fire hose out, and I'm pulling vacuum on it because I'll pull vacuum. It'll pull that chunk of ice up into the trailer. It'll start doing its hoppity thing, but then I can run over there, open the vent, turn off the vacuum pump, and it'll flow out like normal. If you're plugged up, pull some vacuum. I could blow out. I could try doing the blowout method, but then as soon as that chunk comes out, it's spraying this hazardous waste everywhere. So you don't want to do that. You want to just pull vacuum till it sucks that chunk in, and then it'll do hoppity hoppity, and then you open the vent and turn off the vacuum pump, and then everything's fine after that. And that's what happened. I was a little worried there for a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm pulling a lot of fucking vacuum. I've had the vacuum pump on for a while. It should have pulled that fucking chunk of ice in there, or crystallization in there by now, but it didn't. So I grabbed the fire hose. As soon as I the fire hose, they didn't have a nozzle on it, so it had a lot of air in the line. And I'm like, I'm holding the fire hose. I'm trying to get all the air out of the line. As soon as water was strong enough to hit that fucking deal, it just boom, and it hoppity hoppity and fucking started blowing out shit. So everything went fine. I'd say. These are all just technical terms. I don't expect everybody to know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, this is how you do it. This is the way. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but I saw a cat, but I wasn't about to start skinning on it. I'm just talking about the way I worked on my trailer today, and everything went fine. Got offloaded, got the fuck out of there. I also called up one of my colleagues. So I'm driving north. Not yet. I'm gonna be driving north soon. I'm headed east right now. I'm headed east and then north. Once I start, I'm gonna be headed up that way towards Kansas City, but I'm gonna be going to a town southern of Kansas City to get shit out of this power plant. And I don't have paperwork, and they will not let you leave if you don't have the paperwork. And I didn't bring enough paperwork because I expected to go back to the shop and pick up some paperwork. That is not going to happen, and it's not going to work out for what I got planned today. I don't want to have to drive all the way past the power plant, past my coworker's house, and get all the way up to the shop just to grab paperwork, just to drive all the way the fuck back down there. Don't want to do that. Is that a police? That ain't no police. That's a police. That's a Toyota. That ain't no police. Toyota 4Runner. So you understand, I don't want to have to drive past the place that I'm going just to turn around, get paperwork and turn around. So I asked that person, I said, you got paperwork? She said, he or she, I don't know, it could be a man or a woman. It's a woman. She said, yeah, come on over. I'll give you paperwork. Stop at the truck stop next to my house. I'll drive over there, give you the paperwork, and then you could shoot right on over there. I said, that's my plan. Get loaded, and then I'm going to park it at a different truck stop a little bit closer to my house. Park it there overnight so I can go trick-or-treating. This is all so I can go trick-or-treating with the children. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to get a Twix tonight. I can tell you right now. That is one of my complaints about the Holiday Inn Express hotel chain. They do not stock Twix. I had $100,000 last night. The last time I stopped there, it was last week. I got a Butterfinger. I'm shooting for a Twix this time. I put the $100,000 in my cooler. It was like a rock when I tried to eat it about 11 o'clock last night. I was like, oh, it's going to be delicious and cold. Oh, no. It's caramel. It's hard caramel now. About broke a tooth. But none of them are loose. I don't need to go to the dentist. I'll be all right. And I didn't drink the juice yet. I'm saving that juice until lunchtime today. But yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. What are you going to be? Are you going to be a truck driver for Halloween? I have no clue what I'm going to be. I'm probably just going to be a dad. A dad on the sidewalk is probably what I'll be. Dad on the sidewalk. Unless they have like a steep stairs, then I'll be dad on the staircase. Probably just wear a hoodie. I don't know if I have any clean jackets or anything. I'm going to have to check that out at the house. I might call the wife, say, hey, you know that jacket I got? Will you throw it in the wash for me, please? I think the dog's been sleeping on it in the garage. Wash it up so I can wear a jacket tonight. Because it's going to be cold. Right now it's only 41. And I assume it's going to get colder as I get further north. And then when the sun goes down, that's when the candy starts flying. Okay, I'm gonna tell you these kids know how to get the candy out of them bowls. There, I hear something rattling. What is rattling? I thought I heard something going. Sound like sound like uh, a chain on the side of my truck. Just I hear it again. There's something rattling. This is kind of spooky. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. I'm hearing chains rattle against my truck. I ain't got no chain with me. So yeah, I've got some things I wanted to talk to you about today. They are kind of spooky, so I'm gonna warn you right now. Anybody worried about getting scared listening to what I got to say should probably just turn off right now. Go ahead, close out the whole Spotify app. You don't want these words getting into your mind. Um, no, it's not scary. It's Ride the Ducks. Holy! Hey, y'all ever rode the Ducks? I don't know if you heard about it. You probably did, but they were in Branson, Missouri. I got them Ride the Ducks. Did you ever ride them ducks in Branson? Well, guess what happened? Them ducks went out on that lake. I remember hearing about this the day of, about 4 to 7 or 9 years ago. Some people got onto them ducks. It's a big military amphibious vehicle. It drives on the lake down there in Branson. What is that, Table Rock? I don't know. But I've rode these ducks multiple times before, and it was always a blast. You drive through town and you're waving at all the people, and everybody's staring at you, waving back at you, and you just feel like you are the coolest people in the town. You're waving at them, they're waving at you. Got the little duck guy up there, he's wearing a hat that looks like shaped like a duck. He's just honking the horn, honk the horn. And you're like, this is fucking sweet. And I do remember nobody was required to wear a life jacket, but you didn't plan on going swimming. Mama's got her Polaroid camera. She ain't ready to get wet. This is back in the day. And yeah, you look up at the roof of this thing. It's got like a tarped roof. And there's a big net, and that's where all the life jackets are. Is up in this net up in the roof. And it's got these little windows that roll down. You can roll the windows down. Something like that. And you're just driving on this fucking bumpy motherfucker. I remember my brother got to drive the duck. It was all, there's always one kid every ride that got to go up to the front and steer the steering wheel with the operator up there. And, they were just high on the hog. I don't think I ever got. I think my sister got to do it. I was a little too young, and then by the time it was my turn to do it, my brother was there. Fucking Kyle, you motherfucker. Got to drive the fucking duck. I had to sit back there, and they're like, "You'll do it next time." There won't be a next time, Mom. There won't be a next time. There could have been a next time, but we weren't going to go again for a while, and we didn't. I don't think we went again ever after that. But I remember riding the duck, watching my brother, fucking Kyle, up there. Looked so happy with his shitty blue eyes and his fucking bitch ass blonde hair. Fucking Kyle. That's why I pushed him. He was riding in the wagon with me. I pushed him into traffic. I think that's why I did it. He got to drive the duck, and I didn't. There's something. I think it's. It's this. That's what's rattling. It sounded like chains. They're scaring me. Like, what is going on? Yeah, you ride the ducks. You go around this town, and then you go through this wooded area. It's just like a little road through the wooded area, and then go down a really steep ass hill, and you're like, "Oh fuck me! get down to the bottom and splash into the water, and you're like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. And then you go all the way through the water, and you go by this riverboat casino looking deal, majiggy steamboat or something. And you drive around the lake. They got a specific path they take, and then they get up out of the water, and then you go back. They say, get the fuck out. Time for the next people to get in. Well, let me just bring you up to speed. The ducks are fucking out now. Ain't nobody riding them ducks. Okay, it's been a few years. Them ducks went out on that fateful day. And I may be acting like this is a funny story, but it's really not. Them ducks went out on that fateful day. They did not check the weather report. If they had checked the weather report, they'd have noticed that the clear blue, bright blue, sunny skies were about to turn dark and gray and cold and rainy and windy. They said, hey, we can make it before the storm. I know what happened. Jim Bob is like, yeah, be all right. We'll get in, get out. Be done. You know, I need to make more tips on this fucking run. I got something I need to buy. I got a bottle of Crown Royal sitting at the liquor store waiting on me, and I'd like to not have to pull out cash from the ATM. I'd like to just get the tips from this duck boat ride, and then I could go get that Crown Royal. I can enjoy my rainy day, get off early. Well, see, what happened was when they started going down the hill, I believe, I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. I've probably got many parts of this story incorrect. Go ahead and do your own research on this if you don't believe me. But I believe, you know, they made it through town. Everything was fine. And then they get down that boat ramp. They see that storm blowing in like crazy. And I remember I was in that storm, but I wasn't in Branson. I was back in Kansas City, and that storm blew through. And I was like, holy shit, that was a fucking crazy storm. Well, a little bit later on in that day, when that storm made it all the way down to Branson, them guys were out there on them ducks. And them amphibious vehicles ain't, you know, hold on, listen. They ain't fucking inspecting those boats every fucking day. Not that the inspections would have been bad, but they're not going through and doing a good pre-trip on these duck boats every single time. But I don't think these were meant to be in choppy, rainy waters. The boats start taking on water. And they got the wind blowing against them, so they're having a real hard time going. And the boats start taking on too much water, and they start sinking. Ain't nobody got a life jacket on. They're all up on the roof. And that boat sank, and it took a lot of people down with it. I remember there was a big old family, huge family of people, and they lost a lot of them that fateful day out on the lake, right next to Riverboat Casino. You could see a video. There are videos of this tragedy. You can watch a video. You can see the boat go down, blurb up some air, and there's only a few people left on the surface. I believe 2 of the boats sank that day. One of the boats had a lot more people on it that did not make it, and the other boat had a few people that didn't make it. I believe the driver didn't make it on one of them at least. And I'll tell you what, Ride the Ducks got sued to fuck after this. Okay? And it's been an ongoing story. I bet you there's updates if I look it up right now, but I don't know why. But I remembered Ride the Ducks, and this was a fucking crazy ass thing that happened. And, you know, it impacted my life a little bit. Not much, but I'm like, oh, they take the ducks away. That ducks ain't around no more. Look it up. It's a good little Google. It'll keep you occupied for a little while, looking at all the evidence, seeing who got sued and what and this and that and all that stuff. You want to hear about another thing that got It got booted. Straight up got kicked out of Kansas City. This is something a little closer to home. New water park opening soon. Schlitterbahn. Shitterbahn. You know, we would just come up with fake funny names for the place. Shitterbahn is what we'd call it. And I remember going. I remember they hadn't been open very long. They had a lot of construction still going on, but they had the lazy river there available to ride. I don't know who I was with or how long we had planned about going there, but I remember I did go to that Schlitterbahn place. That's another Google. Check it out. I'm I'm guaranteed the first story that'll pop up is a crazy one. I was not involved with the story, but I did go to Schlitterbahn and I rode the lazy river. And I remember this was a very violent lazy river. I did not understand. I don't know how water works. I thought I knew how water worked, but that lazy river, you know, it's got the wave machine right there, and as it's waving, you know, it's decent sized waves and stuff, and it's a flowing. But you get down around about 3 or 4 corners, and somehow the waves have multiplied in height, in girth. So you're just on the tube. You're like, oh, wave, cool. Get around, you go around, and then you get around that fourth corner, fourth, one of them corners, third, fourth corner, and wham, you're upside down. You're kissing the floor because I don't know. It's got a weird wave pattern in it, and it was violent. There were little kids screaming. You're like, holy, that lazy river is fucking wild, dude. It's really fucking fun, but I'm like, damn, little kids shouldn't be out on here. It's called the Lazy River. This is extreme white river rafting on a tube. I don't really remember much else about that place other than there was a lot of construction and a crazy ass lazy river. I do know that one of the things they had under construction while I was there was the world's tallest, fastest, most extreme, dangerous water slide that's ever been built. And it was built from some guys off of a drawing they made at the bar the night before. They said it's going to be cool. There's going to be a little jump in the middle of it, but you know, you're not supposed to be able to jump on it. I said, what? They said, yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy. But you know what? We'll send down some sacks of potatoes down this big ass water slide before we let people go on it. Slow down, throw down some sacks of potatoes. You know, it's kind of funny leading up to the tragedy. So I'm gonna be funny, but here I will get back to seriousness once a tragedy occurs. You'll hear about it. Yeah, Jim Bob, we're just gonna have you. Everybody, no elevator, no nothing like that. It's just gonna be a long fucking spiral staircase to the very tip top of this thing. People are gonna be worn out by the time they get up there. No shoes allowed. Your feet are gonna be torn up from the shit that we're gonna paint on these stairs. Little tread, little rhino lining or whatever it is. It's gonna tear your feet up because your feet at the bottom, you know, you just walked out of the water. They're gonna be a little soggy, a little wrinkly, and you're gonna start stepping on them rubber bumps on that tread up there. Your feet are gonna be tore up by the time you get up there. Plus, you're with your girlfriend. She doesn't want to help you carry the double tube, so because you got to carry your own tubes up. Yeah, we're not gonna have a method of getting the tubes up there by yourself. You're gonna have to carry all the shit up that you need barefoot. Long fucking way too. Once you get to the top, you see this. They got some measurements out or something. They got. I think it's just old Earl up there's eyeballing all the girls, and he's like, "All right, listen, we're gonna need the fat one in the middle, skinny one up front, and then the kind of chubbier one out back." Okay, we're gonna distribute the weight a little bit. Three skinny girls walk up all by themselves. They're like, "Hey, hey, hey! I'm going to have to actually ride down with you because you're going to need me in between there. I'm going to lay back and put my head in between her titties, and then I'm going to have her lean herself back. Because we got to lean back when we're going down this slide. It's real dangerous, but it's not my first rodeo. And he's going to be just doing an Earl sandwich down that fucking slide. I can tell you right now, that's probably what happened. Earl the Creeper at the top of the Schlitterbahn extra dangerous water slide. Going down, just having a great time of his life. Well, they had a private event out there, and this is where the serious stuff starts. You know what? Well, hold on. Go back and watch the testing videos of them testing this water slide. They said we're gonna have to add a fucking tarp or something up, a little canopy over that where that jump is, because we got these fucking things flying the fuck off. You know, potato chips are getting made on the floor after we're sending these sacks of potatoes down. We got to get the weight distribution just right so the slide it'll jump, but it'll land back and it'll slide on down. They'd have Earl teach all the operators how to pick the hottest, cutest girls and where to sit them. So they closed that water park down, and they had all these public figures out there. You know, it was a private event, I'm guessing. And yeah, it's serious. I'm not going to try to joke about this because it is fucking horrible what happened. And you've probably already looked up the story about Schlitterbahn, and you already know it's pretty fucking crazy what the fuck happened. You wouldn't think that something like this could happen at all. This kid goes up there with his cousins. I don't know who they are. I'm just gonna call them his cousins because I don't know if they were related. You know, second, third, maybe fifth or sixth, seventh cousin. But this little kid goes up there and he's like, "I want to ride the ride." The guy Earl, it's dangerous, but I'll get y'all set up. He put the little boy in the front, and then two girls behind him, and just pushed him down the slide. Graphically, his head was ripped from his body. They jumped early, and that canopy had a big metal bar holding up the canopy. The net to keep people from flying the fuck off. They jumped early, and his head got caught there. Okay. It's fucking disgusting to think about the scene. The two girls that were behind the boy, you know, what was going through their mind, you know, after they land and they realize what's going on. It's got to be pretty fucking shocking. The boy's daddy was a lawmaker in Kansas. A Kansas lawmaker's son's head was decapitated on the most dangerous water slide in the United States. Getting into the details, this water park was strategically placed in that county, in that city, in that state, because there are no regulations on anything. Pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, so I apologize to that family if they heard about this episode. I know it's really hard to deal with, and you know I've got some children of my own, and I'll tell you what, they are not going to be riding no fucking crazy shit. You seen that one video? It's a carnival. Fucking carnival rides? Are you fucking insane? You're gonna ride a carnival ride? Have you seen it? They got all the people over there. They're trying to shoot the target with the water gun. They're trying to get a ring around a goldfish, and they all have to stop what they're doing and hold down the tippy toppity rockety rickety ride. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a big ass ride that everybody sits on it. It's a big platform. Everybody sits next to each other in a big platform, and it spins up in a circle, and it goes, you know. But it's got to build up some momentum before it goes all the way around and around and around. And these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're setting up a goddamn carnival ride in downtown Albuquerque. I don't know where it was. You got 15-year-olds out there like, I'm on summer break. I can come out and run it for you. He doesn't know what he's doing. Jim Bob came over there. He's like, I brought my welder because we lost some bolts on the road over here. Huh? You're not good at welding. You got to get that paint off there and grind it up a little bit to get a good weld on there. No, you ain't got it. This is weld-through paint. That's why we paint it like that. It's weld-through paint. No, it is not. This fucking thing about tips the fuck over. It's fucking insane how this thing is going. You got everybody standing on the front gate, and I'm like, get off the gate. I bet you the people that were on the ride were happy about it. They're like, oh, thank you for standing on the gate, keeping this ride from tipping over. But I'm like, get the fuck away from that gate. Listen, their fucking doom has been set. They survived. Probably from everybody standing on the gate. But I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from that. I ain't getting fucking hurt. At some point, you got to realize y'all are done for, okay? I'm fucking out of here. I'm not going to be collateral in this fucking damage. I'm fucking gone. I got other things to live for. No way, dude. I'm not fucking putting myself. I mean, I'll put myself in danger for some people sometimes. Sometimes strangers. I'll put myself in danger for them. But whenever I'm talking about it right now, I'm like, hell no! You know, unless I'm in the moment, maybe things will change. But at this moment in time, I'm like, fuck that. I am not trying to get into a dangerous situation. Sorry, dude. You're fucking done. Lady, hey, we'll remember you. She's like, I'm still alive. Like, I'll remember this conversation we're having. But I'm so sorry. I can't save your ass. Maybe it'll be different if I was there. But most of the time, I'm like, I can get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to fucking die. And I've been in some fucking weird ass situations. I almost had my leg taken off by a forklift. Holy! I was on top of a truck. I'm loading lumber. I'm working at the forklift lumber yard. And I'm helping the guy. The guy's like, hey, will you hop up there and help me get this thing on there? And I'm a veteran. I knew how to load these trucks to make them perfect. Oh, yeah, I'll hop up there. I should have said, no, you hop up there and I'll run the forklift. I was 75% confident in his forklifting abilities. But it's never had my life in front of it. So I'm up there and I'm like moving some stuff around. He can see a little bit of me, but he can't really. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna put this stick down here. I'm gonna bend down, put this stick here, and then I'm gonna get out of the way, and you can set it down. You know, I'm not exactly sure of the situation. All I know is I had my leg was not out of the hole yet. He saw me get up out of the hole. He thought I was all the way out. I still had my foot, my leg down in there. And he starts tilting this big old bundle of wood forward up against my leg. I'm like, ah! I'm screaming at him like I'm about to fucking die. He just put barely any pressure on me, and then he backed it all off. And I got up, and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry I screamed at you like that, because I was doing the death scream. If I've ever had a death scream, this was it. Because it was happening slow. If things got to happen fast for me to get real fucking scared. Did the death scream on him, and I petrified his ass. He's all Harry Hogwarts, all fucking petrified up there. I don't know anybody's name, but I remember something about petrification on that Harry Hogwarts movie. Another time I was, I've explained the whole situation, but I'll give you a little bit. I was ejected from a Z-28 at 130 mile an hour. Hit a pole and I flew out 80 feet, landed on my back in a field. Listening back to that, I did leave out a big portion of that. Not a big portion, but a small little snippet that sounds fake, but it's not. I landed in poison ivy or something. I landed in something that I was allergic to. I landed on my back and slid through it. Now, let me remind you, if you've heard that episode, I was in a neck brace in the hospital, unable to move. Itchy as a motherfucker. I'm highly allergic to poison ivy. I had that shit bubbling my neck and on my entire back. Okay? That's just another little tidbit I forgot to add whenever I was telling that whole car wreck story. Let's see. Another time I was in another wreck. Well, I mean, that one, my knee got blown apart hitting the dashboard in that wreck. Same location, funny enough. Um, I tipped over a tanker truck. Check out the Facebook group. There's a picture of the wrecker over there tipping it back up off the highway. Check it out. Um, yeah, I was sitting in the cab of that, and I tipped it over right into the ditch, and the ditch, came up the other side. So I got pretty fucked up, but I was okay. I've been close to danger a few times. With that one girl that showed me her titties in middle school. Girl showed me her titties and then proceeded to choke me until I passed out. Okay? I don't know how close to death I was at that point in time, but it was pretty fucking crazy. Another time I had that fucking rednecky, sketchy looking tooth dude wrapped around my neck on my back. He's like, I'm going to choke you out till you can't fuck, until you tap. I didn't tap. Okay? I just got choked out and I passed out. Was I close to death then? I don't know. Maybe the other time when I was sledding behind a pickup truck in the elementary school parking lot. I was in high school, but the elementary school parking lot was a big wide open, except for that one tetherball pole that I was flung into while I was sledding behind a truck. Was I close to death? No, not really. But I did completely shatter my pelvis, and then later that night broke it even more. I eventually went to the hospital thinking this isn't right. And I'm so lucky that my legs are both the same length nowadays. Because I had a friend in high school. He had part of his shin removed. I don't know why. Part of his shin was removed, so he's a wobbler for the rest of his life. I bet you now he's got like one shoe that's got an extra thick sole, so he can walk a little bit more normal. In high school, he was still getting used to it, so he's just a wobbler. I don't know why he wobbled so much. I'm like, you got to be getting dizzy up there. Do you get headaches wobbling like that? I don't know. Was I close to death? When I was choking on some popcorn I had got from the truck stop? I'll tell you one thing. I had my door open and my leg out. Okay. I'm like, if I choke, I better get the fuck out, or else nobody's gonna come check on me. Not in this truck stop. Ain't nobody gonna come over and knock on my door and be like, hey man, you alright? They're likely to get shot by a guy in there. Hell no, get the fuck away from my truck. Don't you dare knock on this door, is what they'd probably think. So I've always had that thought, I'm in a truck stop parking lot just eating a chicken wing or something. If I start choking, you got to get out and get on the ground, or nobody's gonna fucking come help you. Fall. Learn to fall out of your truck, because you'll start choking. There ain't nothing. Nobody's gonna save you unless you're out of your truck already. Sometimes I lay in a hotel room and I'm like, please don't Bob Saget me tonight. Please don't. Is my heart racing? I got the Fitbit just for that reason. I'm like, check my afibrillation. No, I'm all right. It says I'm good. Why is my heart rate up high? Oh, it just wasn't. It wasn't up against my skin right. Something like that. Being close to death is an eye opener for lots of people. Was I close to death when I was sledding behind that guy's car? It was a Cavalier, an older Cavalier. I put my hands up on the spoiler of it. It had just rained. Don't know why, but I hopped out of the car and I grabbed the spoiler and I said, "Go, go, go!" And I'm sledding, skidding behind it. My buddy thought it was a real funny idea to slam on the brakes. My grip was so good on that spoiler that I couldn't let go, and I face planted right into the back window. Broke my nose. Was I close to death when I was riding that scooter? You know what I'm talking about. The little Razor scooter. And I hit the curb wrong. And I face planted into the street. That's another time my nose got broke, I think. Didn't cry. I remember I was so proud I didn't cry. I'll tell you when I was really close to death, I was driving around with Josh. We had just left Grandma's house with the pool room. Pool room where we partied all the time. I'm with Josh. Josh is drunk. It's nothing new. Everything's fine. Josh is a good drunk driver. Okay? He hasn't wrecked yet. Crossing that highway, he didn't even look. He just fly across the highway. My life flashed before my eyes. We didn't get hit, but we almost did. I'm not kidding though. Where he just hits it, punches it from the gas station across the highway, and I look in the passenger side. I'm in the passenger seat, and I look out the passenger window. There's a car right fucking there. How we didn't fucking get hit, I don't know. He's a crazy motherfucker. I never rode around with him again. I did, but I like to say I didn't, but I probably did. He's a crazy ass dude. Was I close to death when I was running the roto dump on the railroad, trying to fix the levee? Shortly after we got off the rail, the water took that levee that we were building away, and the track that we were on was now underwater. Yeah, I know that my stories may not be the craziest, but they're true. You sitting over there, you've been way closer to death than me. Okay, I understand. That doesn't mean I haven't been close also. Yeah, so I know I've got more close to death stories, but it's happened. It's happened enough that I probably forgot some of them, and due to having my head hit so many times, I probably just forgot them all in all. But for this Halloween story, I'm going to tell you another one. This Halloween episode. It's not scary unless you are addicted to food like me. Just got my paycheck. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go up to the Taco Bell and buy everybody some tacos. Give me the party pack, brother. Y'all take a party pack. I want them all beef and supreme. I'm gonna eat about 6 of them on my way to the house, so make them nice. Put some on top. Leave some out of that pack for me. I go there. It's a pretty slow night there at the Taco Bell, so I'm just sitting there and I can see the guy making all the tacos right there. I'm like, "Hey, you making my tacos?" He said, "Yeah, I am." And I sit there and I have a conversation about him. His car broke down. His girlfriend's going crazy, but they're still together. But he's they thought they were pregnant, but she's not pregnant. But he was worried about it, and I'm like, I don't even at this time I didn't have kids. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to make conversation while you're making my tacos. I felt like being, you know, talking to you. I feel like people don't talk to you that often. So I'm talking to you while you're making my tacos. It's a slow night. He makes all the tacos. He gets them all buttoned up. I'm like, oh, thank you, dude. You know what? I'm gonna give you a little tip here. Here you go. Here's an extra $5. Just shove that in your pocket. Don't tell nobody. Thank you for making that big ass party pack for me. We talked the whole time. This was nice. You know what happened? Just guess what happened. Guess on your own time what happened, and then I'll get back to the story. Thank you, sir. And I make it all the way back to my mother's house. Hey, 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 got the tacos. Look at me. I'm the taco man. I brought all the fucking tacos. Everybody's happy. Kyle's especially happy. Look at him. He's still got the baby fat, but he's just jiggling happy for the tacos. All right, buddy. Here you go. Yeah, take as many as you can eat. I got the party pack. We can all have tacos today. My mom, my sister, my stepsister, they all open up their tacos. They're like, is this a joke to you? Like, what are you talking about? I open up a taco. I didn't eat any on the way home. I was probably dipping. What are you talking about? They say, you get out of this fucking house. I'm like, what happened? I just ordered these tacos. They said, you get out of here and you don't fucking come back. You've banished from this household. You're not coming back here. You're not going to come in here and disrespect everybody like you just did. I'm like, what's going on? Open it up. All there was Supreme, okay? There ain't no meat. There ain't no cheese. It's just Supreme. Tomato and sour cream tacos, Kevin. Is that what you think is funny? You think you're gonna get everybody to eat sour cream and tomato tacos? Say, I apologize. I don't understand. I thought I had a good relationship with the guy making the tacos. I was like, get out of here. You get the fuck out of here. Is what my mom said to me. I was, oh no, not you, mom. Don't treat me this way. She said, get the fuck out. Pay me back the $300 you owe me. Pay it to me now. She starts getting that little vein coming up in her forehead. She's turning red and crying at the same time. Get the fuck out of here. Don't you fucking come back. Just get me my money by Friday. Don't fucking come back. I went back to Taco Bell and walk in there. They're like, welcome to Taco. I said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here. I'm here on official business. I'm like, you! I see him back there. I go back there. I put his hand in the Crunchwrap press. Where it toasts them on the top and the bottom. I grab his hand and I stick it in there and hold it. I'm like, you motherfucker ruined my life. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, you gave me sour cream and tomato tacos. You fuck. I'm not allowed at my mother's house anymore because of you. Said, oh, I'm so sorry. We got caught up in conversation. I was going to add the other stuff on next. Like, fix it. Spit right in his face. Fix it. Well, I say that. I didn't spit on him on purpose. I just, when you get angry, you start spitting when you talk. Fix it. And I want a refund. And I want my $5 back, you bitch. And I got it all back and everything. I went back and I was a hero. They said, thank you. Thank you for bringing the tacos. Said, yeah. That guy don't work there no more. I saw him sitting on the corner. About 2 months after this happened, I saw him sitting on the corner, and I just, he was sitting on the corner near the Taco Bell. He must have just got fired. And it was raining, a couple hours before this, and there's a big puddle right there. I just swerved into the puddle and splashed him. Like, this is how I felt, okay? This is how I felt when I brought home them tacos with just sour cream and tomato. I want you to just think about the way you're living your life, okay? You're going to need to change your life. You fucked up my Taco Bell order, buddy. I ain't going to go down like that. I ain't going down like that. Anyways, that was just a funny story I had about the time I went to Taco Bell, got a party pack, and they were wrong, and I just went back and got it fixed, and everything was fine. But yeah, I remember I talked to the guy, and I was like, man, why'd you do me like that? I felt physically and emotionally attacked whenever he made my tacos wrong. I'm like, we had a whole conversation. You made them all fucking wrong. Couldn't believe it. It was like 30 tacos, all fucked up. I didn't get the tip back either. That was a made up part of the story. That probably the one made up part of the story was where I said, "Give me that tip back." The rest of it's probably truth. I just crossed my fingers right there. I don't know what that means. Can you lie if you cross your fingers? You cross your fingers, you can lie or something. We used to do that as kids. Cross your fingers, put them behind your back. You're like, "What you got behind your back, Kevin?" Nothing. What you got behind your back? I got my fingers crossed. What's wrong with that? I can't cross my fingers. My fingers, this actually my pointer finger on my right hand doesn't work as well. I can't pop it. I don't know what's going on with it, but it hurts when you go to pop that knuckle. Oh, it hurts. I feel like if I gave it a little bit more, it'd pop and maybe it'd feel better, but I don't want to risk it. I do have another spooky thing. Real fucking spooky. This is about my stepdad. He came into our life. Mother kicked dad out. They got divorced. I don't know what happened. I know that they got divorced and there's whole stories to go along with that, but this is about my mother. She met a dude on Christian Mingle or something like that. I don't know what it was. But my mama, she, after my dad and her split up, she was bored. She needed something to do, so she started going to church. She found the Jesus. She seen him there too. She swears she saw him there. She's like, he was in our presence. I'm like, what? She's like, he was there. I could feel him touching my heart. I'm like, oh God, you need to go to the doctor. So she started finding this Jesus guy, and then on Christian Mingle or something like that, she ended up finding this other dude. He also was touched by Jesus in his nether region, I think. Jesus would perform on him. I don't know what exactly would happen, but all right, let me get a little serious here. Okay, I'm getting a little off the deep end. My mind is running wild. I don't know. It's getting close to lunchtime. I'm getting a little antsy. Um, no, he was real weird. I remember I met him, but I was living with my dad. I met him, and he was using the prison tactic. You know, he's gonna beat up the biggest bully he can find to gain respect, is what it seemed like. I was like, damn, dude, why are you treating me like this? You like my mama? You better like her. My mama ain't gonna like you if you talking to me the way you talking to me. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it all happened, but I remember I was upset with my father at the time. So I went and I said, I'm going to stay with my mama for a little while. I just need somewhere to go, and there ain't nowhere to go other than Dad's house, and he's pissing me off. So I'm going to Mama's house. I'm going to stay with you, Mama. She said, you can't stay here for long. I'm like, why? She said, because it's my house. I'm like, really? Okay. Yeah, I won't be here long. And I remember I go there. I'm just, I don't even know what happened, but I know I went up to the grocery store food market thing, and I got me a plate of chicken tenders and some green bean casserole or something like that. I don't know what it was. But I get it, and it's in this little container, and I take it back to the house, and I sit down at the table, and I'm eating it. And my stepfather, he wasn't my stepfather at the time. He was just my mom's boyfriend. He looks over at me. He's like, you know what I'd do if you're my son? I'm like, oh, what would the fuck you do? Who in the fuck are you talking? I don't even know what brought it up. He's like, if you were my son, if you were my blood, you know what I'd do to you? I'm like, fucking tell me, buddy. I'd love to fucking hear it, you fucking bitch ass. Fuck you, dude. You ain't gonna talk to me like this. This is the house I grew up in, you fucking hoe bag. You're not gonna fucking come up in here, take my mama, and then try to take my fucking house. The fuck are you doing? He's like, I'd fucking beat the shit out of you if you're my son. I'm like, holy, hold up, dude. The fuck are you talking about right now? Like, I'm just sitting here trying to eat my fucking meal. He thought I was taking advantage of my mother somehow. So he was all in defense mode. And he's over there trying to just whip me up into shape. I don't know what the fuck he did, but I cussed his ass out. I said, no, you're not going to fucking talk to me like that. He's like, I'll talk to you however I want. I'm like, hey, how about fuck you, dude? How about this? How about you're a fucking bitch? How about that? How about you're a fucking ugly dude? How about that? You know, I'm just doing my little peacock moves around here. I'm fucking big ass peacock. Like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't gonna fuck with me, you fucking bitch ass. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the other slogans that I probably would have used, but bitch ass motherfucker was probably what I would say. Like, fuck you. I leave there and I call my mom. I'm like, hey, mother, what in the fuck kind of guy you got up in the house there? It's like, he called me. He said he's very upset with the way you were talking to him. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm very upset with the way he's talking to me. How about that? I said, cash me outside. She said, he is very upset with the way you were talking to him. I'm like, he ain't never had anybody talk back to his bitch ass before? Is that what the fuck it is? She's like, you're not allowed to come back. I said, oh, ho, ho. The whole Taco Bell incident again. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? The Taco Bell incident, when you kicked me out of the house for bringing home tomato and sour cream tacos. You said, don't come back to this motherfucking house because of that. Well, you know what? I fixed that when I got back, and then now y'all are happy to have me. Okay? Your fucking boyfriend's a fucking bitch, dude. That's what I told her. You know, I held my hand up like that. I said, bitch. He's a fucking hoe. You need to leave his ass, is what I told her. She said, no, I'm not going to do that. And then they got married. And I don't know how it happened, but me and him became really good buddies after that. You know, sometimes that's how it works. He He didn't know me. I didn't know him. He was perceiving things in a weird way. Um, so listen, he told me this is some weird shit. He told me he was visited by aliens when he was younger. Um, he wouldn't talk much about it, but he said he was visited by aliens, and ever since then, he had words show up in his mind. I'm like, the fuck, dude? Get the fuck out of my house. How about you fuck off somewhere else? Go fuck off and practice falling down over there. I don't know what the fuck you got going on here. You're trying to fucking infiltrate my fucking family. I do remember a couple of times being over at my dad's house because that's where I lived, and my brothers would come over, and they're like, he's being mean to us. And I'm like, he's doing what? This was before we made up. And I would call up my mom. I'd be like, tell that motherfucker I'm the only one to fucking talk to my kid, my brothers that way. I'm like, well, you were being a bitch, Kyle. No, no, it wasn't. Like, Kyle, you have anger issues. He does this weird thing where you get him all angry and he tucks his fists up into his armpits. Not cross armed, straight up. He points his elbows out backwards and he puts his fists up close to his armpits as he can. Like he's going to double punch you at the same time. I don't know. But it's just a reaction he gets whenever I go over there and I start fucking with him a little bit. He puts those fists up right into his armpits. I'm like, the fuck are you doing, dude? That's not how you do that. That doesn't do anything. That you're not showing any strength whatsoever by doing that. And then he shows his teeth. He goes, ugh, like he's taking a shit or something. He's like, ugh! Just imagine that fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitch. No, now he's brunette. I don't know what the hell happened to him. But he's growing his hair out now. He looks Lester the Molester for sure. And just imagine Lester the Molester showing his teeth, putting his fists up in his armpits, going, "Arr!" Wearing fucking dirty ass clothing because he works in a warehouse and wears the same shit. He even wears that shit to the family outings. What the hell, dude? Some would say I'm a little hard on him. But I've always tried to just kind of play with him. Maybe my sense of humor doesn't fit with him. I don't know. But I've always fucked with him out of love. And he never takes it with love. He always gets on the aggressive side. And then we end up wrestling a little bit. And then I got to get him down there and be like, hey, you're taller than me, but I'll fucking fuck your ass up. You're not fucking strong. You big fucking Sam Squatch motherfucker. He looks like Sam Squatch walking through the fucking woods. Can't even get a picture of him. All dirty, got fucking dingleberries hanging from his ass. That's what he looks like. Anyways, I love my brother Kyle, but he is a lot of material. I'll tell you that right now. I get a lot of material out of that fucking kid. Um. No. Anyways, what I was trying to get at from the get was my stepdad, and I slightly believe him that he has some sort of superpower where he was able to um, predict things accurately. He predicted the what's it called, the Russia thing, the Russia attack over there. But this was like a year beforehand, before that even happened. He watches the news a lot. He's a Fox News daddy. But but he also watches all of them really. But he's more of a Fox kind of guy. He's like, yeah, yep, Russia's gonna invade that country over there. I'm like, why are you telling me this? He's like, I'm telling as many people as I can because I know it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen on this date. And I'm like, all right. And then I totally forgot about that whole conversation. But after it happened, he's like, what did I tell you? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I told you it was going to happen on that date. I'm like, I wish I would have wrote it down or had some way to check it. I don't. So I don't know. I'm just taking his word for it. But it was also kind of funny because not funny, real. Well, I guess kind of funny. My son, he was staying the night over there. We're good friends now. I call him for advice. I usually don't take it, but I call him for advice just to kind of get my emotions out. And I think this podcast is going to really do really good for that because it's like I don't want to fucking bitch to the same friend about every single thing. I'm just wearing them out. I can't talk to my wife about some of this stuff. It's just weird. I don't want to have to talk to her about it. So sometimes I'd call him up and just be like, "Hey man, yeah, this is what I'm going through." But he'd do the things that he'd say the things that you're supposed to do. But it's like, dude, I just want to complain. I don't want to change anything. I just want to complain to somebody. But he's a helper. He'll help you figure out some shit. Um, but no, he said that he used to see every word that he was gonna say before he'd say it. It'd be like text up, and he said he always looked up and he could see it. It was always right there in front of his face. One day it went away, but he was able to predict some stuff, and he even woke up out of a deep sleep when my son was staying the night over there, and my son was crying, and my mother got up, and he said, "Give him Tylenol." She's like, "Huh?" She's like, "Give him Tylenol." And she went over there and she felt his head. He was all hot. It's like, how the fuck did you know he needed Tylenol? He wasn't sick or anything before this. And you didn't think he would pay that much attention to the children. But he's like, he needs Tylenol. She's like, are you awake? And he's like, no. It's just like, whoa, listen, dude. But there was multiple things that happened like that. It was a fucking crazy. He's also, I don't think he's a black belt, but he's like one of them. What's below the black belt? Whatever that belt is, like he knows some Tai Chi, watch you, hiya stuff. Um, so yeah, back in the day, whenever I was talking, I was like, "You're a fucking bitch, dude." Like I had no idea that he could probably fucking kill me with that fucking Kill Bill punch, where she breaks out of the coffin, just go bam, kill me right there. I could have died, but no, he's a great guy. He makes really decent money too, but he doesn't exactly show it. Um, which is I think is good. He's got nice vehicles, and he's made a lot of improvements in that house. They keep thinking about selling it because it's paid off and they fixed it up quite a bit. But it's like, why? Why would you get out of there? Just keep it. They wanted us to buy it for a while, but I'm like, listen, it's the house that I grew up in, but I'm really not attached to the house at all. At least I say that now while it's still there. I don't think I'm attached to the house really. It's not sentimental really. It's a house, and guess what? The house that I'm living in now is a direct replica of the same fucking house. Everything's in the same spot. It's the same layout, same size, same everything. Just a little bit of differences here. The colors on the walls is a little bit different. And my house is actually nicer because it's got the vaulted ceiling and the open floor plan up in there. So they wanted us to move in there. They said we're going to give you a fair market price on it. What the fuck does that mean? Fair market price. I'm not. No, you're going to give it to me for free, and I'll pay you rent. How about that? I'll just pay you some rent. They're like, no, we'd like to sell. It's like, okay, well, we're not going to buy it. It went over for some years. I'm like, you thought we were going to buy it? We're not going to buy it. Okay, we're not going to buy the same house that we are in now. Not going to happen. Not for your fair market value shit. Like, listen, I know you make money and you're good with your money, but don't be using your tactics on your son, your stepson. I'm not the guy. Don't use your money making tactics on me. I'm broke. I'm the one borrowing money from you. We're almost paid off with that, and we could pay the whole thing off, but we're just If we pay it all off, we're going to have to borrow some more. So we're just paying it off little by little. That's just how we are. But anyways, I don't know how spooky it was, but he would always, he's like, guess this, and he'd be able to guess all kinds of shit. He was just a mastermind. He's like, I can read minds. It's like, please don't read mine. Please don't read it. It's like, I'm not getting a good reading on you. I'm like, I know, because there's all kinds of shit just bouncing off in there, and none of it makes sense. So if you're trying to read my mind, good luck. Please let me know what the fuck I'm thinking, because I don't know. It's just a bunch of just random shit. Like, there's a fucking squirrel over there eating a fucking pine cone. He's wearing a shirt that says #1 on it. I don't know what that means, but that's in my mind right now. There's a squirrel. He's on a rubber mat in the woods. Why is he on a rubber mat? I don't know. My mind is fucking weird. I see some weird shit in my fucking mind. Anyways, I'm getting a little weird now, so I'm gonna try to actually find something that you could follow along with. I'll tell you about something. It's not going to be for the older folks out there. None of the older folks care about this stuff. So, my father owned Hobbytown, USA, growing up. It was right in the height of Pokemon. We got some of the first Game Boys. We got some of the first yellow version Pokemon video games. Yellow, blue, red, silver, gold, emerald, all the fucking games. Well, Pokemon cards were, they came first. Pokemon cards were out, popular as a motherfucker. And my dad owned the store that sold them. So we were constantly, every day opening up several packs, just checking them out. And then he would sell them. He would find the nice ones and put them in a case and then sell them separately. He's like, if I find the right card, I could sell that one card and it'll pay for all them decks. He went bankrupt. Not gonna lie. But I don't know if that was related to the Pokemon or the RC cars or him trading an RC boat off the shelf for an IROC Camaro. I don't know. There's a lot of bad choices made. He was in it for the passion. He wasn't in it for the money. And when you're in there for your passion, you do some dumb shit. Anyways, let me just tell you, he found the holographic first gen Charizard. It was a first gen because that was the only generation that was out. It was the first gens. We got one of them holographic Charizards. Don't touch it, Kevin. Leave it alone. I'm like, Dad, I need it though. It's like, no. Wait till we find another one. You can have that one. And they were worth a little bit at the time, but they were pretty popular. Holographic first generation Charizards. Even the dark Charizards and all this other, all these fucking Pokemon cards. And of course, I had a nice little collection. And I know my dad had a holographic Charizard, and he put it in a case and put it away. He said it'll be worth something one day. I'm gonna hold on to it. But I had got my own, opening up all these packs of cards. Some of them I just open them, throw all the fucking trash under the cabinet there at the shop, and just taking the good cards that I wanted out of there. I was a little kid. I did things like that, stealing Pokemon cards. But I got me this holographic Charizard. Well, do you remember a couple episodes I was talking about this guy? I'll say his name, Robbie. Okay? You know who you fucking are, Robbie. You fuck Robbie. He's the guy that would, we'd get the Major Saver cards at school, and they'd say, go sell as many as you can. You get a scooter. You get to go on a pizza party. Robbie, you fucking cunt, would go sell out my entire neighborhood because he lived 5 doors down from me. He'd sell out the whole neighborhood before I even got home. Oh, sorry, we already bought a major saver from Robbie. I'm like, Robbie, you fucking cunt. It's like, I'm going to win. I'm like, yeah, I know. You're a fucking winner. Whatever. I want to sell 3 fucking major saver cards so I can get that little gumball machine. That's all I want. That's the only too cool thing in there. I'm not going to get the pizza party. I have came to terms with I'm not going to get the pizza party. Fucking Robbie. Anyways, yeah, and he had the nice bike. He wouldn't let anybody ride it, and you'd grab it and run off with it, and he'd fucking chase your ass down because he was a soccer player. He's fucking quick as shit. He'd let you come into his house. He's like, "Don't you touch anything in here." It was like a museum. His dad he was a Beatles cover band guy. So they would do the Beatles cover band in the cul-de-sac down the street from my mom's house. They don't do it anymore, but they used to have. I think some of the Beatles from the cover band died. They're just following suit. I think Yoko Ono is the only one left, or whatever the fuck that means. Anyways, he got wind. He could smell it in the fucking air, because he loved the Pokemon also, but he didn't have a daddy that owned a store that sold Pokemon cards, so he had to really grind to get that fucking collection he wanted. He said, Kevin, I know what you have in your fucking deck over there. I will trade you a holographic Lapras, a Dugtrio, and a Gyarados for that Charizard you got there. I said, fuck no, dude. Who the fuck do you think I am? You think you're going to get my Charizard? Not going to fucking happen, Robbie. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're not going to get my goddamn Charizard. It's fucking mine. I have it. And everybody wants it. And I had to keep my head on a swivel. Said, hey, listen. I've got a Wartortle, a Squirtle, and a Blastoise. I'll throw in with the Lapras, the Dugtrio, and that other one I was talking about. I forgot what it was already. I'll trade you all those for that one. You're getting 6 good cards. These are nice cards. Look at the HP on them. They're fucking nice. I'll trade you these 3 fucking cards for that one. Because if we were in a battle right now, my 6 Pokemon would fucking kill you. You'd be fucking back into the Pokeball you go, dead. I'm like, well, you do make a pretty good point there. All right. Dumb fucking move. Traded to him. My dad gets home. He's like, where did you get all these cards? Because he was into them too a little bit. He knew some about it. Like, where'd you get all these cards? I was like, I traded that holographic Charizard. He's like, you did? Fucking what? No. You need to go back down there and trade him back. This turned into a giant deal. His mom came out pointing and waving her finger right in my face saying, no trade backs. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Do you know what you're talking about? She said, no trade backs. It was a fair trade. I talked to Robbie. He said it was a fair trade. I'm like, listen, this isn't a fair trade. He took the fucking best fucking card there could ever be from me. Give it back, Robbie. I know you're in there, you bitch. I eventually had to give up after 4 or 5 nights throwing rocks at his bedroom window. They eventually called the police on me and hauled me off and threw me in jail, and I was raped in jail, and I ain't never been the same since. Just kidding, that didn't happen. But I did fucking get real upset, and his mom was upset, and I brought my dad down to fucking yell at his mom, and nothing worked out. Said, fuck you, Robbie. Then he's at school. Look at him. Look at Kevin over there, fucking nerd. He traded me the best fucking card you could ever have. He traded it to me for these fucking 6 piece of shit Pokemon cards. Can't believe he did that. Look how nerdy he is. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I start crying. It was fucking bad. Later on in life, my father passed away. Not gonna lie. He passed away, and I found the treasure. Okay? There wasn't like a treasure map or like a safe that you had to break into. He had some shit in the safe. I don't know what was in there, but it was gone by the time I got to it. I found the treasure in my aunt's basement. I take it home and I'm start going through and I'm just categorizing everything I got. It's a bunch of collectibles that he wanted to save. So I'm going through it and I find a box of Pokemon cards, and inside there was a holographic Charizard. I was blown away because I knew exactly what this was. I remember watching my dad screw this case together because it had 4 screws on it. It was like a little plastic case. He put the card in there, screwed the case together, let me look at it a little bit, and then stuck it and tucked it away into this box. And it was never saw daylight again until I opened it. I took it straight to the fucking shop and sold it for $100. Why did I do that? I don't know. They said, "Oh, this one, it's not graded." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's got like 180 HP or whatever the fuck it was. It's a good card. 200 HP. It's a good card. 240? I don't even know." They said it hasn't been tested. It hasn't been taken in and inspected with a magnifying glass to find all the imperfection in this card. Said, first off, the case that you got it in, it moves around in that case. So as it moves around over the years, it nicks up the edge. I'm like, the edge isn't important. It is actually. Said, also look here, there's a scratch. I'm like, that's not a scratch. Said, yeah, it's a scratch. Oh, and there's a little bend on the bottom corner here. I'm like, oh my God, you fucking bitch ass nerd. Like, this is supposed to be like an $800 to $1,000,000 card right here. He's like, yeah, well, not in the condition you got it in. If I had to guess, it's a B minus. I'm like, whoa, 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 easy there. We're talking about my fucking math scores, okay? Just because I got a B minus in elementary school, don't mean I got a B minus on this holographic Charizard. It's fucking $1,000,000 card is what it is. Nope, I'll give you $100. All right, sold it. Went on a float trip with my family a few months after this, and I got drunk on the Fireball. Made a fool of myself out there on the fucking river, but we made it through. Go there, back to the campsite, fall asleep after the float, wake back up, and I wake everybody up. I'm getting in my truck and I'm just honking. Hey, everybody, wake up. It's time to wake up. There's my family. They're all Jesus freaks. Wake up. It's time to fucking party. Honking, honking. They all get up, and I get my brother, fucking Kyle, and I'm like drunk as fuck. And I'm like, dude, guess what happened? He's like, what? I'm like, I sold that holographic Charizard I found out of Dad's stuff. Why did I do I do that? He immediately threw his fist up into his armpit. And he started going fucking insane on me. I'm like, bro, chill the fuck out. I want some money. Yeah, you sold it. You know, he's freaking the fuck out. It's like I sold part of my dad's dead limbs. It's like, what the hell? You sold Dad's leg? How could you do that? I'm like, brother, it's a fucking Pokemon card. Relax. He lost his shit. I'm like, I asked you guys to come over and go through some of this stuff. Nobody wanted to come over and go through any of the collectibles. I said, I got all the high valuable collectibles from Dad. Y'all want to come over and check it out or not? Yeah. Never came over. Sold it, buddy. And I'm going to sell the rest of the shit too. It is nice that he had all these high value collectibles, But what am I? I'm going to break it. I'm going to lose it. It's going to get stolen. I might as well start selling this stuff. Okay? I've had some money issues. None of it, I'm not attached to any of this stuff. It's stuff that I never saw as a kid. It's just stuff he tucked away. He said it's going to be worth it something one day. I haven't sold anything else, by the way. It's all still in the boxes in my garage. So I don't know. I've been trying to get them to come over and check it out, but that nobody wants to come over. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares until you sell it. That brings me into the next story, which I don't know if I've told it before, but yeah, my wife's grandpa passed away, and grandma says, "Hey, come on over. We're selling the house, or I'm selling the house. Come over and take what you want. Because if you don't take it, it's staying with the house, and the new owners are gonna get it." I go over there. I'm like, I don't want to feel. I don't want to be like taking too much shit. So like, what are you taking to your new house? I need to know that first. And then, what's important? What are you keeping in storage? Shit like that. She labeled didn't label it, but she walked through the entire house, the whole barn, everything. She talked about everything that she wanted to keep and everything that, you can have that if you want this and that, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. All right. So I took all the weed eaters. I took the tiller. I took the chainsaw. I took the garden trailer. I took the Well, I didn't take the trailer because everybody needed to use it, but I'm like, I'll hold on to that, I guess. You know, I didn't realize it was always going to be at my house. I thought, I'll keep it at my house. If I need to use it, I'll use it. And if you need to use it, you can take it to your house and you use it and then keep it at your house. I thought it was going to be a community trailer. No, I'm the fucking parking lot for the trailer. Fine, whatever. I mean, I don't do much in the backyard anyways, but whatever. Um, Yeah, yeah, I had and there was a lot more too. There's a lot more shit that I took. Oh, there was like a sprayer. It's a little sprayer that you hook onto the back of your lawnmower rider, and it opens up, and it's like a piece of farm equipment. It's like a sprayer. You can go out and use some liquid fertilizer or whatever. I don't know. I had all this shit in my fucking yard that I took. I saw some value in it, and I didn't. I think she was expecting me to take shit that I was going to use, and I'm like, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't have a farm. I'm not going to use any of this equipment. I'm going to use some of it, like the chainsaw. I'm keeping that shit, but I'm not going to use the other shit. You said take what you want, and I don't care what you do with it, is what I heard. So as soon as I get all the pictures made up, and I post it up on to Facebook and Craigslist. One post for everything. I said, and I'll put the prices down there. And grandma was one of my friends, and mother-in-law was one of my friends on there. Everybody was my friend on Facebook. I got rid of that account, by the way. My real name is not on anything anymore. I got hacked. I'll tell you about that later. But I got rid of all that shit, or I posted it up to get rid of a lot of that shit. Old stepmother was really upset with me. You're going to sell my dad's stuff? I'm like, yeah, because I don't need it. Did you want any of this? Because you didn't want it when a grandma was going to give it away to the people moving in the house. You didn't want it then. Yeah, I can't believe you're going to sell it. She got grandma involved. I'm like, don't get grandma involved. Grandma's like, well, let me come over and look through all that shit before you sell it. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'll take the fucking posting down. Take the posting down, and I load every fucking thing up on that trailer, and I bring it over to stepmom's house. This trailer's fucking full. And it's the same trailer that was, quote unquote, kind of given to me, but it's there for anybody to use, really. It's like I'm the parking lot for the trailer. I don't know. I load this whole fucking trailer up, and I just, one night, I drive it over there, and I dump it off in front of their house. Block their driveway and all. I dump it off right there. I get a very angry call the next day, or my wife does. What in the fuck is all this shit doing at our house? Why the fuck is this trailer parked in our street? We ain't got room for this fucking trailer. We don't need any of this. I'm like, hey, listen up. Do you hear yourself right now? You fucking bitches were all butthurt that I was gonna sell all of this shit. You all had dibs on everything, because I was not the first person to walk through the house and property looking at all the shit that they had to give away. I was not the first. I was more like the last person to walk through. I'm like, I'm gonna pick up the pieces. I'm not even. I'm part of the family, but I'm like, I'm just married into it. So no, I'm not. I'm everybody else go in and get whatever the fuck you want first. I'll come in later. Anything that's left, yeah, I feel like it's fair game, right? And I wish I would have known, because guess what Grandma did? She sold that farm. It's not even a farm. It's just like 10 acres of land on with a house and a pond. Nice house. She sold that house, and she said, to the whenever they were doing the final paperwork, she said, I don't have room at my house for the brand new zero turn and the ride and lawn mower and all that stuff. So I don't have, and the tractor that's out there in the barn, it doesn't run. I don't have room, and I don't want any of that stuff. I'm gonna give that to you. I was like, whoa, what? You gave away all that shit? I didn't know that was even part of the deal. I wouldn't even expected that the brand new zero turn, the riding lawnmower, those can go to your house. I thought those were going to go to your house or something. No, she just gave all that shit away with the land. I could not fucking believe it. It had to have been close to 10 grand worth of equipment she just gave away. I was like, what the fuck? And you're over here pissed off about the wheelbarrow? No, I load all that shit up, I drop it off. And then I get the angry, this might have been where it started with the stepmom. She was so upset that I was going to give away her daddy's stuff. You're going to sell all my daddy's stuff. You're going to profit on that. All right, here's all your daddy's shit. I'm the one that's been storing it for however many years. Now I'm going to sell it. You don't want me to sell it? You're upset? Okay, I'm going to load it up. I'm going to give it all to you. There you fucking go. I'm not selling a goddamn thing. Not going to fucking happen. You all created a fucking monster in me. No. Here's all the shit back. You better get your ass over here and get all this shit off my property. The fuck? It was just your daddy's valued items, 5 minutes ago. And now it's shit in your fucking yard that I littered. No, this is the shit that I've been fucking trying to sell. So I took all that shit back home. I said, I'm going to fucking sell this shit. If I'm taking it back home, it's mine. And nobody gets a say about it anymore. That's fine. I'm like, why wasn't it fine a week ago? Anyways, that was a rant about that shit. I can't fucking stand that lady anymore. I mean, she's been better the last time I saw her, she was better. But every other time before that it's been fucking horrible. It's been a horrible fucking time trying to deal with this goddamn woman. Fucking, I can't believe it. But I'm at a fuel stop now, so I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and I don't know where we're at here on time. I'm probably gonna be done here. Yep, I'm gonna call this done. I'm gonna record another one. I'll post it up later. You all have a great fucking spooky dooky Halloween. Keep all 18 down and don't let the ghosts get you. Bye bye.